Hey guys, Senior Thesis Bart here. Sorry about the lighting today. It's just weather. It's great. It's beautiful. I love it. And sometimes lighting is what it is. Anyways, um, today was the last episode, the season finale of Vixen, and I'm gonna be honest, this is probably my least favorite episode. Not because it was the season finale, but because of how they paced everything out. Because this is only 6 5-minute episodes and only 30 minutes long max, everything felt rushed here. It felt very back heavy. They spent too much time on exposition on stuff we didn't need. And so I feel like when they got to this episode, they kind of rushed through all the developments that we needed to see be paced out over the whole season or over a longer season. For instance, after Mari loses the necklace, animals or spirits in the guise of animals come in to Mari and be like, "Hey, you're actually the chosen one. This other person in your family was actually separated from you because they are not the chosen one specifically." And so Mari's like, "Okay, I'll believe you," and then goes back and fights and wins. Now, the fighting in this episode, excuse me, sorry. The fighting in this episode was actually on point, very anime-esque. If you're a fan of Avatar The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra, it was very much in that style. So much that I almost believed it was the same action director. It was clearly different, but the style was almost too familiar. It was very similar. So that was a high point. In the end, Mari defeats her nemesis, gets the necklace back, and goes back to Chicago, declaring it her home. So she reconciles with her foster father, finally calling him dad, which is nice and sweet. She gets her costume, and it wasn't as much of a surprise of where did this costume come from, because it's already been established. She's a fashion designer, so we know where it comes from. She made it herself, and it's okay. Flash and Arrow make one last kind of appearance, and that was really funny because the voice acting felt a lot better. It felt a little more natural, and Barry is still hilarious even in his cartoon form. And they basically just say, "Hey, we know you're doing your thing. We'll leave you for now, but if you need help, you know where to call." Which honestly didn't make sense, because no, she doesn't know where to call. She doesn't know how to reach them, but they know how to reach her. So they know who to call. But regardless of that, it wrapped up nicely. She accepted Vixen as her code name or superhero name, and that's where it ended. So overall thoughts and feelings about this was, it was great, but it was also super short, and I would have liked to see at least maybe just an hour long. An hour could have done, they could have done so much more. Break it up into 6 10-minute episodes, so you combine the first basically 3 to 4 episodes into just one 10-minute, and you could expand on it, pace it out a little better, go flesh out the backstory a little more, and make sure it doesn't feel rushed. Now, the problem with that would probably be more budget, less time. The fight scenes would either be longer or the same length, and then they would feel shorter. So there are some problems with the hour-long length, but it's the same. They have the same amount with the 30-minute length. I really hope they come back for a season 2, mostly because I want to see where this goes. I either want to see Vixen live action in her next appearance in either Arrow or The Flash or Legends of Tomorrow, who knows? Just get her out in live action, or do a more integral crossover where it feels like Vixen is a part of that universe. It's not just kind of like feeling like a one-shot off character. Anyways, guys, sorry about that sudden switch here. Some stuff going on behind the scenes I'm working about. So I'll sum it up quickly. Vixen was a great show, or it was on the cusp of being a great show. It's still a good show. If you're a fan of the DC Arrowverse, definitely check it out if you haven't already. If you're a superhero fan, definitely check it out if you haven't already. It'll be especially good to compare it to how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be treating Sky going forward, or how CBS might be doing Supergirl. So this might be a good base comparison of how female-led superhero shows are going to be, or female-driven superhero shows are going to be in the future. That's it for this review, and so I will see you all tomorrow for my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. review. So, like, subscribe, share, do all the stuff. And Senior Thesis Bart, signing off.